somewhere to sit you. Hey y'all. Hope y'all having a good day. I'm almost never certain what day of the week it is because I'm stay at home mom. I just know when it's Monday and Friday usually. Can y'all hear me? I wanted to talk today about awareness. Sending y'all some amethyst energy. It's actually the crystal that helps you develop spiritual awareness and guide you to your crown chakra and third eye chakra to get in touch with that energy. So this is perfect that my amethyst is sitting right here and that it's available and that I get to share this energy with you all since this is what we're talking about, which is divine, right? It's purposed. Okay, so I'll put that down. So awareness. What is awareness? What does that mean? I'm gonna try to define the word without using the word because that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're not supposed to use the word to define the word. So awareness is understanding your capabilities, defining your reach, um, being in touch with the self, meaning not your ego, but you know, the self, your divine self, your true self, not the self that we make up in order to live in this world, because that's a sometimes, you know, and being aware that you're doing that isn't a part of awareness, right? Being aware that you mask and that you have created a facade in order to survive in the world is a sort of awareness. Um, so, yeah, awareness, right? Like, and what do we do with that? What do we do with that? How do we come to awareness? Good night. It's good morning here, but good night. Um, how do we come to awareness in ourselves? Well, for me, I'll start with my journey of becoming aware. Um, For me, it was simply realizing that a lot of the life that I had lived to the point of where I became aware was put in motion by experiences in my life. Like I was literally living from experience to experience to experience. Like I had no real control over my life. I was not the maker of my life. I was in reaction to circumstance. And when I was in my mid 20s, I realized that I had been repeating a certain pattern over and over and over and over again, and that I had actually been creating this pattern to, I don't know, prove that I was worthy or that I deserved love or that I mattered. What, you know, those were all things that I was struggling with in my 20s. And so I kept repeating these certain types of patterns and with different people where this type of question would constantly be the thing, or this thing would constantly be the thing that I was fighting that other person about. Like, you know, I'm like, I matter, I'm somebody, I'm worthy of your love and affection or your care and concern. And once I became aware that I was giving so much of my power to other people because I was allowing them to decide my worth, I was allowing them to decide my worth. And the way that I became aware of that is because someone actually told me my worth. They actually, you know, did what I had been seeking for a long time. They actually was like, you know, You ain't really worth shit to me. Like, they told me that what my worth was to them, and that shocked me. It shocked me into awareness. And that's what I needed. That was the path that I was on. I needed someone to like shake my shit up so bad that I could be like, oh, ho, 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 who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I am worthy. I am somebody. I do deserve love. I do deserve kindness. I do deserve to be taken care of. I deserve all these things that I'm searching for. And that's when I realized that that was my job. All those things I had been seeking from outside, my job to fulfill. And it was my job to define how those things got fulfilled. I had been using other people's definition of what worthiness was, what uh, deserving of love was. I was comparing myself to others. And so I was constantly falling short of these things because I had not decided what my worth was, and I had not decided what that looked like for me. And that was my journey. A huge part of my journey to awareness was getting the worth conversation that I was having and why I was having it. A lot of times we are using measurements of outside stroking because it's what we've been taught in the world, especially from school and our parents. They teach us that we need other people to say what our worth is. This awareness opened a door for me, and I chose to walk through that door. I chose to go through that door and find out what was on the other side. And it was so much there that I almost, folded under the pressure of what was on the other side of that door, because before I opened that door and became aware of who I was, I had no real expectations in my life. I had no real mission. I had no real commitment to me as a human being. I was okay with floundering through life. I was okay with not making any real thing my destination. I was like really just floating along. And that's the one thing I learned from awareness, is that once you become aware and you decide to become aware, you can no longer just idly sit by and say, oh, I don't care about this or I don't care about that. You have to choose a stance. Now, this is the problem with choosing a stance, is because most people, this is the, because we're groomed to need, you know, affirmation from others. Once you choose a stance, you're probably not going to get that. You're probably not going to get that affirmation that you need from others. And that's going to feel lonely. It's going to feel like you're by yourself, but you're not. And through trial and error, I learned that. I learned that the more I stood in my self-awareness and I stood on my stance, which my stance is to love and be loved and to teach, truly teach the purity of love, truly teach balance. Because that's what I've been tasked with. Everything in my life that's been a huge contention has been about love. From being not having a father to being abandoned and abused as a child and being in foster care, to having to learn how to do adult things on my own without a family. All of that has been about finding that balance of love in myself. And by doing that and showing up as an example of that, that is what I'm choosing to stand on at all times. So once you stand in that stance, I love myself. Once I stand in that stance, I love myself. Then there's constantly going to be obstacles. I would say people would see them as obstacles, but I would say they're opportunities. Opportunities for you to show up for yourself in the way that you say you are showing up for yourself. They're opportunities. They'll feel like obstacles. They'll feel like challenges. They'll feel like lessons because you haven't embraced fully your stance. And when I didn't embrace my stance fully, it always felt like something was challenging me, was bothering me, was coming to get me. Like I was constantly fighting for my life, right? But once I decided to choose my stance and to stand fully in it, and like I will not be moved, I will not, be concerned about what other people think. I can't care. I can't get wrapped up in that. I'm just going to keep moving forward. I have a mission. I'm going forward in my love for myself. I know I'm going to get this peripheral stuff, but I have to stay like this. And I'm sharing this because a lot of us have divine purposes. It's not just everyone has a divine purpose. It could be in balance or it could be out of, what we would consider out of balance. That's, neither here nor there. But everyone has a divine purpose. Everyone. And keeping those blinders on is your saving grace. There's constantly going to be people telling you why you can't be who you're not and what you're doing and how they view it and what they think it is. But you stand firm in that. Be immovable. Be unshakable. Peace. And it is not an easy journey. I will not sit here and say, I don't have conversations with myself like, I can't believe this person said this, or I don't know why they said. But at the end of the day, my higher self steps in and says, no, sis. What we're not doing is that. We're going to go forward with our mission. We're going to stay clear on our purpose. All of that is just chit chatter. And it's doing what it's designed to do, which is knock you off your square. That's what it's designed to do because so many people do not know what they're supposed to do. So that when they see you moving in your purpose, when they see you living in your shit, they get angry and frustrated. How does she know? Or how does he know what they're supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They don't know what they're supposed to do. So now they're going to throw salt in your game. And that's okay. You take that salt and you season your food. I get tons of negative feedback, negative comments. And some days it bothers me. But for the most part, it fuels me. It helps me stay clear. Because I knew those detractors were going to show up. I knew those people were going to be there. Because who am I to love myself, to stay clear on my path when they can't? So y'all stay clear. Use your detractors as escalators, elevators. Thank you. Use them as a way to build yourself. A lot of people don't have the access to their healed self to know what love is, to know what divinity is. They're counting on something to come and save them or someone to come and save them. And when you're sitting up here saying you're going to save yourself, they looking at you like, who the hell you think you are? You're who you're supposed to be. You're who you were designed to be. I've just been feeling good. The sun is shining today. It has not shone here on the East Coast in, I want to say a week. It's been annoying. but I feel good and I feel blessed that I'm breathing. I feel blessed to be in my right mind, that my heart beats full, and that I actually really feel for people and I feel connected to people enough to share. And I hope y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm not going to stay on here long. I'll come on and do yoga probably Saturday because I haven't done any live yoga this week. And I've been doing a lot of conversations on TikTok and Instagram about healing your sensual energy and your sexual energy. So I'll do some of those talks over here soon. Just, I felt like talking about awareness and stepping into your divine self today here. So I hope y'all are well, and I'll talk to you guys later. If you don't have anything to say, let me check the comments. I didn't see anything come up. You raising your hand, or are you saying bye bye? Give that a minute to come through. Peace. Thank you for speaking. Hello there. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm good. I'm about to hop off here because I don't have anything else to talk about, and I'm doing my best to keep these short and sweet, to the point. All right, y'all.